50% win rate on it, 5-5, which again, the other win rate's not even hitting that 50% mark. So we'll see if Ultra Prime just decide to gravitate towards that. I do like the takeaway of the Renekton though. Gonna set Ala up to potentially have some strength in the early game and maybe give EDG a lane that they could play around.
Ala saying, I want the Croc. He wants to be able to do the things the Decade did last game. K'Sante felt a little bit quiet for Ala, and I think we expected that. Now, the Prime locked in for EDG, pretty good with the engage potential, but also the safety it provides. You do get the Renata to join the Varus. A very interesting composition nonetheless. The K'Sante is the lock-in for Decade, so the same matchup. The Ziggs locked in for EDG.
Yeah, I expect this to come out in the bot lane, right? Ziggs has an easy time being able to at least deal with Varus. You have range to be able to play with, especially once you start making your way towards your first item. Very easy to finish off those minions. And yeah, EDG, I'm curious to see how they end up rounding out their draft, because especially something like Ziggs can potentially lead you to maybe playing more side lane oriented options, right? Because you're going to have that tons of wave clear already coming out from your AD carry.
TheSnake, plural, has a 50% win rate on the Ziggs with 8 games played total in his career as a whole. So, you know, not too shabby there. The Xin Zhao Maokai ban's very directed towards Hacker. I like the Tristana ban, kind of a holdover from that first game. We'll see what the final ban is going to be to dwindle down that mid lane matchup a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm interested, right? I love the Tristana ban because when we talk about something that also brings more pushing power, that would be really strong. Something like the TF still comes to my mind, especially if you were, you know, willing to be a bit flexible with your build in regards to, you know, they'd be able to see what the rest of the draft is and then decide if they wanted to go the AD or AP variant. We'll see if they do decide to go for mid here or if they save jungle again. This would also go down that wheelhouse, right? Already something that can function. Playing insides. 0909 not the most successful in his career on the pick, 4 and 7.
Glad you highlighted that earlier in the day too. No, Doggo, no! Stop it! Not allowed. But I'm glad you highlighted that early in the day about 0909, so we'll see if you can kind of make good on that here. We are saving last pick jungle for EDG, so they really want to give Monki a comfort pick of some sort, but something with a lot of presence. The Lee Sin for Hacker locked in. I love that in terms of just setting up for positivity in the jungle for Ultra Prime.
And right now hovering the Annie, I love it. Picking it into the Ahri. We've seen it consistently. It's become another staple of the meta, just being that answer into the Ahri with the point and click stun. He's going to do great if he can set up Hacker early. I mean, right, Hacker and Yuekai were the ones performing well together in that game one, so I like them coming out together in this one. Monki, though, going to go towards the Viego, so you have a lot of bursts to potentially set up for the resets.
That's big. First of all, it gives comfort to Monki, but it's also giving him the tools for success. More so than I feel like the Xin Zhao, where you need a lot of things to go right for you. They are also heavily leaning on the duos that are available, or even the trio between the Renekton, the Viego, and the Ahri, and kind of leaving bot side onto its own with, you know, obviously Vampire having a lot of roaming power on the Rakan.
That's the interesting thing, right? Because I feel like holistically the comp actually doesn't look that well glued, but if you're just keeping in mind of like, hey, Ziggs is going to function fine down being alone in that bot lane and set up for a lot of early skirmishes around top side, you can even potentially start getting Rakan roaming once you have that Lost Chapter built because of how much easier it becomes to clear waves. That could be a solid game plan for EDG to find their way into this game, but hell, Ultra Prime have also picked champions that won a tussle, that won a skirmish. They are going to be willing to answer blow for blow.
A lot of directing right now from Jwei, as I saw him talking a lot to set up maybe the compositions, but it is a composition for Ultra Prime that leans to their strengths and leans to some of the strengths we saw from that game number 1. Now we're heading down to game number 2 here in Shanghai. Again, the battle for the wooden spoon. Ultra Prime leading us off with a dominant victory in game 1. We'll see if EDG have found the pieces that fit for a game 2 victory and a bounce back in a much-needed win for either organization, rounding out the split. Game 2 starts now. skin. I heard the Ultra Prime fans there. I know you're there. I heard them. EDG still having a lot, though. Maybe a little bit of energy given for a bounce back here.
Yeah, you know, I like that we're getting the Gyos, but I just had a brilliant idea.
Okay.
League of Legends, Disney, the League of Legends Toy Story crossover, where we have Renekton with this skin. I don't know the name of the toy skin, being the main villain of Toy Story. I don't know why, but I feel like he'd be the perfect rival for Mr. Potato Head. Do you see it?
I don't, but I understand the direction. And I guess I could see it. They also have that new Cho'Gath skin that just got announced that's like literally a toy. And it's like a bunch of like pieces. I don't know if you saw that, but
I haven't.
Do something with those two.
Is it Jwei?
Who's waiting for it? Oh no!
Was.
Oh no! That's early flash vampire. You got to be real careful.
Oh.
No! First blood not gonna be there. The heal and the flash save vampire.
Gets away again. Has to blow both Sums, but still, Sums also used by Ultra Prime. Will give them control over the bot wave though, so it's gonna be hard for TheSnake to play. But so many minions for Ultra Prime to deal with before they can really focus on just whittling down and bullying the Ziggs.
So I know Care was the one that people have really started associating with the Annie plays and really running rampant around the league. The Care Bear mantra, obviously,
which
there,
is
but
disgraceful. Disgraceful when we have Krine in the league. Sure,
yeah,
sure,
exactly.
Care might have brought it back, but Krine is the guy. Krine is the Annie guy, and he'll always have that title.
But here into the matchup, I think we've seen it pretty much into the Ahri's a decent amount of times. But I'm curious at how this mid lane matchup works in terms of the mid jungle duos.
I think when you look at mid jungle, I mean, it should just be easier for Ultra Prime, right? I mean, again, you have the point and click stun to set up for the Sonic Wave to go in. You could focus out the Ahri and just try to take her out in one shot. Early on, before they can just full on 100 to 0 her, maybe EDG will have a stronger 2v2 if Monkey's there for the counter gank to be able to go for the turn. So I think it's going to be interesting, especially since, like we said, we haven't really seen a lot of teams paying that much attention to just ganking mid outright.
Yeah.
It's a lot more about leaning over. Even if we see 2v2 kills happen around mid, a lot of the time it's happening in transition, right? Like maybe one team's mid jungle will be moving back from attempting to make a play bot, and then they get caught off guard by the opposite team.
Much different state than in that game number 1, where everybody wanted to go tussle down bot side. We do have the early clear, Scuttle Crab split, and back completed for both junglers.
A very, very passive early game, you know? We like peace. Pacifism's all right, so maybe not on the LPL scale that I set in game 1. I'm actually directly contradicting what I said in that first game.
It's
but
fine.
You know
it's
what?
Fine.
If I didn't point it out right now, no one would have known.
Recency bias. Nobody remembers. It's okay. We
Ooh,
do
though,
actually see Monki.
Exactly. Going back to that scale, we're about to get the violence.
Oh, does the bush? I think the bush blocks him. Okay, he's not going to step up. Oh, Hacker. He gets it. He gets him on Allah. He does have the slice and dice out of there, Hacker. Not going to chase him down.
Yeah, Allah, nice job. Doesn't use that slice and dice to get away until after Hacker follows the Sonic Wave. So not an easy way to just be able to follow through with that and run him down. So he does manage to get out.
Now, TheSnake and Vampire having a little bit of a push on bot side. Should lead Vampire being able to get out on the map, get some vision down potentially. We do have those objectives coming up. Hacker already on the top side of the map. It looks like Monki is going to path that way as well.
We're getting close to ults being in play, and that's when I feel like actually EDG's mid jungle really comes online. Monki, only level 4, 0909 though, getting close. Does have Prio in mid, so he's going to be able to move over first.
That's big. Something much different from that game number 1. So Hacker did get one of them. And while bot side, we get a ghost pop by Doggo. He's going to dodge out of Vampire. Doesn't have a way out. The handshake comes through. He wants Vampire. He's going to get him. The rain is there, and Doggo, he's going to get first blood.
What they found in the earlier 2v2 is paying dividends now, right? No flash. The heal wasn't up, so Vampire this time can't get away on that sliver of health. So huge for the Ultra Prime 2v2. We saw on the opposite side of the map, it looks like EDG only ended up picking up 2 of the grubs, as Tibbers going to come out just to get a bit of a chunk on 0909.
Just ran Tibbers around the loop there, giving Tibbers a little bit of exercise. Although he's a gummy Tibbers, so like, I don't know if you need exercise.
I also don't think he needs it anyway. Tibbers, like, you know, Tibbers wears the weight great. Looks amazing. We don't need a smaller Tibbers. If anything, we need a bigger Tibbers.
He does have a nice suit on, and I'm sure it's tailored.
Yeah, it is actually quite nice. Ooh, wait. Maybe it's not going to stay nice as the team's confronting each other. My God, Ultra Prime just not going to be able to contest any objective or anything going on.
Oh, EDG might have found a play on mid lane, though. Nice flash, but it wasn't enough. Jwei, he's not going to get bailed out this time around. 0909 is getting low. Monki as well, but it's going to be the kill to EDG. They are on the board.
They end up getting 1. At the same time, Ultra Prime were picking up the dragon like we just saw, so I think they're going to be fine with the trade in the end, but nice job, especially with the fact that it goes onto the Viego, who in my mind is really going to be the one you're actually setting up to be the carry for EDG in this composition.
And he has to be. I think we have seen Monki have some really good games since he's come in at least, but this setup was awkward, still worked.
Yeah, throws out the Shroud, initially gets kind of beat down, but it seems like they just didn't expect Vampire to come in with the knockup and sets up for 0909 to get the charm, which looks like it costs like the last shred of his mana. So, you know, nice timing on them to make that play before it wouldn't have been possible.
EDG fighting back. They are not at a gigantic deficit like they were in game number 1, and that is a saving grace in and of itself. Ultra Prime looking bot side. They'll be getting some plates here. They should be able to get a little bit of gold and a little bit of safety towards Doggo and Jwei.
Yeah, I think this is around the time when the game started to explode for Ultra Prime last game. Again, I really only remember that 12-minute mark for the 4K gold lead. So we'll see. We'll see if anything ends up happening now, because Hacker's really waiting around. Obviously, he spotted out. EDG know exactly what's up, and they're looking for the counter gank. Monki now is level 6, so has the Heartbreaker online.
Jwei not going to be level 6 yet. Doggo is. So Chains of Corruption is available. So is Mega Inferno Bomb. Hacker has found a way to get the blue while his entire team hovers him. Make sure he takes that one out. There's still a potential play here. They saw him go here, I believe.
Yeah, they know.
He's just been waiting. Do they know? They know. The kickback. Oh, big Mega Inferno Bomb, and they actually might find the resets here. Ultra Prime get dusted in bot side, and Hacker, he's trying to run away. I wonder if Monki has the speed here, because Yuekai cannot come help. He's going to be a little late. Hacker trying to get to him, goes over. He's able to get away because of the red buff.
Manages to escape, but still, EDG come out ahead. They're the ones that find the kills. And overall, it was an information diff, right? That one ward providing them so much for that play. We now pan back to top. All are going to get some plates for himself. So EDG starting to find themselves a little bit of a gold lead.
Just really, was it Ultra Prime feeling confident there, or Monki just pulling the play of the game to start it off? Really big stuff from him. A different beast, it feels like, on this Viego.
Having a much better showing this time around. Eclipse also just finished up for Ala, so maybe we'll start to see some skirmishes around topside. But this, again, it was just an information diff. Like, EDG knew exactly where they were coming from, so the Viego gets the jump on them with the W. Great CC chain with Vampire following it up with a double knockup, setting up for the Ziggs bomb. So you really just had the full combo there. It was really enabled by the fact that Monki was able to get the jump on the Jwei.
Now back to live. Grubby's episode 2 being watched by Ultra Prime. Monki wants in on the TV here. At least if he can get one, split the uprights. Looks like it will be so. The rest of EDG moving in full force behind him. So it'll be 3-3 for the Grub.
No Mike's going to come out this game. So I think both teams going to be feeling comfortable about that, not having to worry of, you know, maybe one small mistake turning into more of a tower, more plates than they would have otherwise had to give. And now we just go back to default positions, right? Both teams can go back to their lanes, farm it up. We still have ults onto Monki, which is where I really feel like we need to be focusing. And now 0909 maybe can start finding a bit of an impact himself.
And in this situation, right, we have TheSnake, who, if they move him around the map, the towers are just going to start falling super heavily. They have for EDG a lot of strength in the skirmishing potential too, and now that they're kind of unlocked on the map, it feels like that can be utilized. Whereas for Ultra Prime, we haven't seen their pieces really cohese just yet.
Yeah, and you know, I think for Ultra Prime it'll start going a bit better when we get to actual like 5v5s, and it's like, okay, Jwei's ult's doing a lot to you know, to prevent Monki or 0909 from finding value, and then Decade can start peeling or jumping on backline, and you're creating room for Doggo to deal damage. So we'll probably have to wait, you know, maybe another Drake or so before we start seeing that come out. And I think until then, EDG are really going to be favored. Hell, look, Monki already having the Sundered Sky online.
Yeah, that's so big.
Yeah, Archangel's also being finished for TheSnake.
Really big power spikes. Even though that is the case, Ultra Prime still looking to contest this dragon. Very dicey of them. See if they want to actually stick around. I think Yuekai not having the Tibbers in mid lane can hurt them a decent amount. So we'll see if they can actually get EDG to slip up a little bit like that game number 1. EDG already starting up their dragon.
I think if this turns into a fight, that I favor the side of EDG. We do see that 0909's already been shot.
Yuekai, he's going to flash. He does get the stun, but is it enough? Spirit Rush available. Heartbreaker on top of it. They even threw the Mega Inferno Bomb there, too. Hacker now getting heartbroken over the wall. Ultra Prime are falling apart here. That's the hostile takeover. They might have been able to find one back. Oh, my God. Hacker's still alive. What is going on? Holy cow, Doggo comes clutch, and now they can contest the dragon here. He has the ghost popped, and they will push EDG to the brink.
Okay, they're still going to look to contest the Drake, though, because Hacker's coming back in. Doesn't have Smite.
No way. All right, nothing else going to be utilized, the TP there. They don't have the Ultra, but they have the Prime. As EDG take 1, take 2, and they'll look at the dragon as well. Ultra Prime overstayed, and EDG punish in full.
The famous Ultra Prime overheat. They should have felt happy that Hacker made it out alive, which felt like came through because of a misjudgment from Monki on jumping back in the pit, but they're going to take that. They managed to find the kills. You even see Ala transitioning to mid to potentially even get more plates.
Looks like 4-0 Monki start feels real good for EDG fans, and EDG as a whole looks like you just needed to pick the right champion for him, and it wasn't Xin Zhao. Now with those 4 kills, though, he'll be getting close to that second item too, and this all started with shenanigans afoot by Ultra Prime, and Yuekai just walking through vision.
I mean, right, trying to find an avenue so they can catch the Drake opens up the pick to come through, and this is where things get a bit dicey, right? Monki finds the stun. Looks like he's hoping that he can burst him out before he gets over the wall. That's not the case. With the safeguard there, it actually allows Hacker to get back to safety. Monki is no way of rejoining the fray over the wall. But this is one of the things we know Ultra Prime for, is not wanting to give up when maybe they should.
Oh, Vampire gonna have to give his life up there as he goes down in transition. Rift Herald secured by Ultra Prime.
One mistake leading to another objective, going over to Ultra Prime, and they're going to need it, right? Already starting to fall a bit behind EDG, who are just under 2k gold up. Hopefully that Herald can start to flip things back in their favor. Malignance now going to be in the inventory of Yuekai. We can see Doggo having the Blade of the Rune King too, so now starting to match some of those items that EDG were able to get first.
Let's just see how that happened in the picture-in-picture. Yeah, Vampire just trying to face check the bush. Gets a big old tippers to the face.
I mean, the chain CC is just huge, right? Anti-stun, Chains of Corruption was used, handshake from Jwei. He had no chance to get away.
Hacker's here to fight over the Krugs as Monki and Vampire are ready to tussle right back. Jwei is here now as well. 0909 under turret. The wave will crash. EDG still looking potent, and they have the Snake coming down with Mega Inferno Bomb.
Yeah, right now it's weird. It's like tensely not tense. EDG being around is like, ooh, can something happen? But not really. Is Hacker needs to be careful, and he knows it. Viego right now is massive. And remember, the Snake can join in these fights without even being present. Doggo cannot do the same thing.
Yuekai not having Tibbers, they don't really have the trigger pull there. 0909 was pushing bot side, so they'll get another crash, and we are still in this tense 3v3, but the Snake is here as well, and Doggo's on his way. Oh, Hacker! He tries to go for the monster play kick over the wall, but can't get it. Still gets the flash, at least the Heartbreaker out from Monki.
Yeah, trades a flash ult for one ult, so obviously not positive play for Ultra Prime, but thinking that he saw the angle, maybe could have turned into something bigger had he been able to find the kick into the rest of his team, but still prevents EDG from being able to push any more down in the bot lane. And now I really feel like it's just about where Ultra Prime decides to use this Herald.
I think mid lane might be the case, as we have our second Archangels added to the roster for EDG. That'll be a lot of scaling going their way and a lot of late game damage.
You know, going back to Herald, it does feel like Herald this split has pretty much always been used, like almost always used mid first. And then it's like, hey, maybe we could take it for a bit of a joyride down to the side lane, see if we can find a little bit more, but that's never the main priority.
I think we got to get some, drivers tests in there for our LPL players. Also, players around the world, I feel like. But,
that's what I want to ask you, right? Is where do you think other regions? Oh, maybe that doesn't matter because Monkey's going for a kill.
Decade.
Monkey's not going for a kill. It does matter.
Nope.
So there we go. Compare LPL drivers to like NA drivers, right? Right, the other region that you covered.
I'm just saying, with the steering wheel to the car is so finicky that it can turn you backwards on its whim. And, I don't know if we should judge any of the drivers. We've seen a little bit more consistency.
And there was a part of me, a few weeks ago that thought, hey, maybe Riot should simplify this so we don't see so many shenanigans in pro play. And then I thought to myself, what am I thinking? Why would I want less shenanigans in pro play? If
we
we
want
can have
more shenanigans.
Exactly. So no changes to Herald gonna be necessary. Dragon is coming up in 15 seconds though, so have to hone back into the game right now. EDG are the ones who have complete control over bot side. It looks like actually Ultra Prime aren't even going to care about this Dragon. Rather make a play on top onto Ala.
Well, we were proven wrong. Rift Herald going to be used top side because they want to try to take down this turret. Would be first turret of the game. Monki realizes that, so they aren't even towards that Dragon. TP now coming in as Dominus popped by Ala. They are looking for the deep flank here. Doggo realizes it. A lot of ultis used. That was everything. It felt like the TPs, the Dominus. You even had the grand entrance and everything used by Vampire there.
Yeah, a lot wasted by EDG. I do gotta say though, I don't love the Herald top by Ultra Prime. I don't think they need elongated side lanes. Also, they're playing into a Ziggs, so breaking down mid turret's gonna be so incredibly hard.
Wait, Hacker. Oh my God. They're gonna turn the play right back on EDG! Ultra Prime, you dirty dogs!
They end up going, they kind of actually end up going for the play they originally wanted to go for, right? In Ultra Prime's mind, it was like, hey, EDG are going to take Dragon, we're going to Herald, and we're going to try and dive top. EDG matched the play, which prevented that potential dive or potential gank from happening, but I love it. They commit to the bit, and they go back to what they wanted from the start.
You always got to know what you want as an individual, or in this case, as a team. Sadly, turret will go down to 0909 as well as that second Dragon at EDG, so they are still chugging along in their win condition.
Yeah, we're going to go back to see exactly how it went down. Tibbers comes out, finds the stun, nice bit of damage. And I mean, right, he gets zoned off. He's not allowed to go anywhere. This is Ultra Prime's lane. Decade doesn't even need to be there, just there for moral support, but we'll take all the moral support we can get for either of these teams. But the one thing I want to point out is the fact that Ultra Prime have actually been closing the gold gap steadily. I think EDG at their height were close to 2K, and now being brought down to about... actually, no, it jumped right back up. So. Jumped right back up.
That's the beauty of the Ziggs, and that's a lot of the power you can have in taking the structures and the base. You can get it so quickly if you move the Ziggs in the right directions at the right timings. Hacker was trying to support Yuekai on top side. I think they'll just seed this one, and they'll lose another turret unless Hacker wants to have a little bit more say of it. They are bringing the Snake up here, though.
The thing that Ultra Prime need is for Decade to not get solo killed for one.
Oh my God, Ala wants it. I'm just surprised that, I mean, the K'Sante has had literally no say in this Renekton-K'Sante matchup both times, and we've seen it pick the second game. I was surprised to see Decade go for this.
I mean, right, opting into playing more for the team. And you could tell Ultra Prime overall are leaning into that with the fact that they've really not been Doggo into the fray at all. They've left him farming safely in mid, just trying to get to his items and allowing the 3-man roaming squad of EDG to outclass their own. So we're going to have to get to that point, though, and actually see these team fights happen, right? See Decade have an impact in 5v5s and allow for Doggo to take over.
Yeah. We are getting on second items now. Malignance is complete for 0909. We also got the Sterix Gauge for Monki, the Black Cleaver also for Ala, as well as a lot of power given to Doggo with the completion of the Guinsoo's. So we'll see if they can utilize that. We do have a little while for next objectives, but it's a situation where EDG definitely want to look for some pace.
Yeah, and they're doing a great job of it so far as they get the flash out from Jwei. And, right, that's where their comp functions beautifully. So Diego, Rakan, Monki.
Hacker is playing with fire here. Mega Inferno Bomb coming across 0909. He's in there, and here comes the Heartbreaker. Doggo, he's not going to get bailed out this time. It's EDG running away with it. That's going to be 3 kills, and it's 0909 showing up finally as another one goes. EDG, they want to push us to 3.
Yeah, I think Monki really having a huge game. Questionable decisions from Ultra Prime this time around, and now it's going to lead EDG to getting a Baron. So looks like we're on the way to going the distance.
Almost 6K lead now off the back of just that 2K lead you were talking about not too long ago. Ultra Prime falling for a lot of the mistakes we've seen them consistently do over this split, and that's why in the conversation from last game, it was the little glimmers that we've seen that these are also the big showing of why Ultra Prime find themselves in positions like this.
Right, it makes sense why EDG were going for this. They're stronger right now. Monki especially is huge, but the turn that's coming from Ultra Prime doesn't make a lot of sense for me here. You don't have your team here. Their waves coming in. They already have control over the space. Their wave was getting pushed into mid, so you could have just played under your own turret and the same result would have happened. No neutral objectives up. And yeah, it really just feels painful for Ultra Prime to lose so much off of that.
It feels like that's been the consistent theme of this game. There's been a lot of questionable engages by Hacker, by Yuekai, the movements in vision, like things like that. It just feels like a full breakdown from that game number 1, which, you know, can bring a couple question mark pings to your mind, but here is EDG looking good in the bounce back.
And, you know, one thing about when we have matchups like this, right, is it feels like when either team gets a lead that they're going to know how to close out, and Ultra Prime and EDG probably don't have the greatest idea of how to play from behind. Is Ala might go down. They might have a decent idea of how to play from behind. But they do end up losing in mid for this.
They're just big. Oh, the all-out play actually there, but Vampire is here, and Decade is all by his lonesome. He's going to try to dash his way out of that one, but can't triple knock up his way into a life.
Now for EDG having a wave in bot, they could just rotate, get this tower going.
Vampire. Well, he wanted to set up for the team.
He did it. You know, he distracted them. The tower was able to come out. And now we're at the point of the game where the only question is it throwable? Do EDG toss this game? My guess would be no. I look at this and I'm like, no way do EDG lose this. What about you, Mazel? Where do you stand?
I'd say we're going to 3 games. I think this is a composition that feels really good for EDG. They can capitalize on a lot of the consistent mistakes we've seen from Ultra Prime in the second game, and that has been the kicker. Because Ultra Prime had been in the game, right? But then we've seen like 3 or 4 flubs now by them where they overextend.
Yeah, we're gonna see now Ala almost getting picked up, but does end up getting away. And I just gotta say, right, like even this replay happens, the kill goes through, but the important thing is that with where we're at in the game, you really don't have anyone who could kill Monki or 0909. With the mobility to have, with the way they're able to weave in and out of these fights. Again, we still haven't even seen Decade really be part of the action other than that last clip.
I'd say we didn't see Ala either. Game 1. It's been 2 games of a nothing burger from Casantes.
Yeah, very true. Hell, and even a lot of the types of mistakes we're seeing from Ultra Prime in this game, we were seeing from EDG in that first game. So
yeah, I just think there's a reason why we've seen a lackluster priority of Cassante, and we've seen a lot more flexing of things in the top side, and I'm just curious why we're still seeing Cassante in a matchup like this, especially against a Renekton when we've seen it go so lopsided so many times. Mega Inferno Bomb used in the mid lane. EDG make their way out with no objectives on the table, but lasting damage done to Ultra Prime.
You know what, now that I think about it, you're right. Here we are, both teams out of playoff contention. A Renekton was picked. Why are we picking Cassante? Bring out the Quinn. Bring out the rapid fire cannon like the Shy. Bring out the Doran's Blade Orn. We got
I don't know if I'd be cooking that much, but maybe a little bit more cooking than what we got. Handshake coming through. Can't even hit the point blank charm. Oh no, 0909. Now, maybe this is the chance. Decade can actually do something on the Cassante. You asked, is there a chance, Lyric? Well, there's always a chance as Ultra Prime, they're running down the top dog in this game of EDG, and they actually get a little bit back. 3 kills go their way, and Hacker's looking for more. They have the angle. Hacker, the sneaking predator in the bushes as Decade running him down, and here he comes. He kicks back. Vampire gonna go down here. No. Oh, Allah's pretty big. Allah's pretty big. He's a big croc. He's got slice and dice. He's trying to get him down too. Oh, Sonic Wave doesn't hit from Ultra Prime, but they're moving forward here, Lyric.
Wait, no Allah just slice and dices right back in.
Allah! He gets the kill. Oh my God! He gets a double. That's a 2 against the 4, 5, and he finds more. He finally goes down. That'll be 1 given back. 0909 is chasing. And this fight is absolute insanity.
They're super minions killing Ultra Prime's base.
Ultra Prime don't care. They want bloodshed. Here comes Monki to get the resets. And he might not be able to take down Decade. 0909 will.
You know,
or will he?
Oh.
What is happening in this game right now? They are losing that turret, but the minions finally come out. Decade's still alive.
He manages to escape. Who came out ahead in this play? Who got more?
I have no idea.
Who got more gold? Who got more cash money from this? Because had that play not gone on as long as it did, I'm pretty sure Ultra Prime got 1,100 gold from shutdowns. I'm pretty sure that's what the numbers are at right before that fight started. And then the over-aggression, the back and forth, the secret agent Ala into the frontline tank assassin Ala into just what a back and forth.
I don't even have words. I don't think I've seen a crazier game in terms of that little last segment of moments. Now, Baron has started up for EDG to return us to some normalcy here. Can Ultra Prime contest it? It doesn't look like they're going to be able to, but they're going to try.
Yeah, I don't really think there's any room to go for this, especially with Decade not being here. You look, there's still supers pushing the base of Ultra Prime.
And if Ultra Prime lose this, then they lose the game, it feels like. And Vampire wants to make that known. Hostile takeover comes back. Jwei is already gone. They actually find one, so they get Monki. The resets are no longer there. And Decade is a tanky boy now. He is finally making the Cassante felt in this series.
And that was such an important kill. Because if you kill Vampire, honestly, even if you kill one of the other 3 potential carries, it doesn't feel anywhere as near as impactful, right? Because now it means Baron has to be stopped. It gives Ultra Prime more time to deal with these supers in their base and wait for this inhibitor to respawn. But sadly, it doesn't give them much more time. Because the Dragon's up in 18 seconds, and this would be soul for EDG.
Ultra Prime gonna go off the Baron play here. Mega Inferno Bomb utilized, and here comes the TPs. Ultra Prime, you're going for gold here. They're gonna get the Baron. They get the bounty as well. They gotta try to fight out of it though, and now they won't. They already lost Doggo. Decade just gonna dash his way over. Hacker able to get out. If they can get out with more buffs though, that's huge. They will lose 2 of them though, and EDG are now looking to press into the base and get potentially this Dragon Soul too.
I think this should just be GG. I mean, you have the Cassante down, you have the VODS down, who's the consistent damage for this team. Honestly, EDG could probably just end.
They're looking for it. They want to bring us to 3. And of course, the chaos had to ensue in this series in the battle for the wooden spoon. As EDG take down the mid inhib once again, they will look at the final Nexus turrets here. One already very worse for wear as the Dominus gets popped by Allah. Here they go. They get the Grand Entrance missing by Vampire, but does it matter? It looks like it doesn't. They've already got the Crypt Bloom stacks going. And now as well, Yuekai, the only saving grace under the turret. The turret falls. Allah's looking for it. He actually hits the Nexus. They're going for it. We're going the distance. EDG, wait, no. He can't get it. Okay. It's over. Finally, the chaos is done. Thank goodness, because that was a hell of a game number 2.
If that game didn't end there, I was going to be so upset because, my God, EDG would have been so trolled by that inhibitor respawning. Like if the minions had walked up to that Nexus, even if all of them died, it wouldn't have mattered. But luckily, all is right in the world. EDG got the win they deserved.
We had to go to 3 for this one, absolutely. We are going to send it to a short little break.